Yeah, it's Blender with another banger. In this video, we're talking about Scrooly G, the Gary gunslinger, and the time that he got arrested in a massive sting operation called Operation Scarecrow, where he was accused of being part of a complex organization to move and traffic firearms. Scrooly G is notorious for waving around firearms in his music videos, and he's not shy to use them either, where he has an alleged 6 bodies under his belt.
Went up 6, had to turn on my savage and run from the smoke, nigga, know I adapted. Knew it was.
We did a documentary diving into the war between the east and the west side of Gary, Indiana. I'll put the link down below. Back to the focus of this video, we're gonna watch a news clip where we can see a younger Scrooly G mentioned as one of the arrested members of this sting operation, and then we're going to dive into some of the details.
The Lake County Sheriff's Office is cracking down on gun crimes. Today, officials revealed the results of Operation Scarecrow. That's a 4-month undercover investigation into illegal straw purchases of firearms. The investigation led to 56 arrests, the seizures of dozens of narcotics and weapons, and some of the firearms were purchased at the Lake County Fairgrounds during gun shows.
That third individual would leave, or we'd actually see them put that firearm into a completely separate vehicle, and then that vehicle would leave the gun show. That's the type of activity that we were keying on during this investigation.
Operation Scarecrow also focused on aggravated carjackings.
Sheriff Martinez from Lake County said that he called the project Operation Scarecrow, which was focused on straw purchases, which is an illegal purchase when somebody who can legally purchase a gun does so in order to transfer that gun to a prohibited individual. The scheme would involve going to gun shows with multiple perpetrators, and then they would text each other using their cell phones, sharing pictures and detailed text messages about the firearms, and then a separate individual would appear and give cash to another person to make the purchase. The police department would use drone camera surveillance in the parking lot, and then they would use helicopters to chase down the suspects and then pull them over. The investigation would begin months before, when 2 felons in possession of multiple guns were pulled over, and then the deeper investigation would begin. LaReal Littleton was sentenced to 6 years after the pursuit that would end up sparking the sting operation. He was being chased by police when he ended up in a head-on crash with another driver. His car would spin and then end up hitting a tree. His passenger during the pursuit was Tierra McDonald, which was his baby mama. She would end up losing her life after the crash when she was taken to a nearby hospital. The investigation would soon begin after many firearms were located inside of his vehicle, and then, months later, a sting operation that would net over 66 firearms and $18,000 in cash, with over 50 suspects apprehended, including Scrooly G, would go underway. Scrooly G himself would only net a misdemeanor charge of carrying a handgun without a license during this operation. Although Scrooly G is not a convicted felon, you could not have concealed carried a firearm without a permit before the laws changed on July 1st, 2022. He was arrested just 5 months before the law would take effect. Scrooly G would end up having the case dismissed when his attorney would file with the state for a motion to dismiss, and it was granted by the judge. After researching court records of Deshaun Bradley, also known as Scrooly G, I can verify that he has a few run-ins with the law, but for minor infractions ranging from driving on a suspended license to possession of marijuana. As recent as September 10th, we can see that Scrooly G was charged with knowingly or intentionally operating a motor vehicle without ever receiving a license and disregarding a stop sign. This leads me to believe that the court suspended his driving privileges in a prior case, and then he continued to keep driving while he was during that suspended period. Going back to Operation Scarecrow, we can see that according to studies of firearms recovered by law enforcement in Chicago, 1 of every 5 crime guns were traced to a purchase in Indiana. Chicago is not that far from Gary, Indiana, and we know that the laws in Indiana are much more looser when it comes to firearms. Even though Chicago has very strict gun laws, the action never tends to stop in the Chirac trenches. Although Scrooly G has never been formally charged with any violent crimes, we can see him displaying an arsenal of firearms on his social media accounts and in his music videos. He's also known for being affiliated with many of the Chirac savages, such as Bloodhound Q50, Trail Vert, and Vonoff 1700. Although Scrooly G has never been to prison, he's been booked before, and he has several associates that have spent time in jail. Let's take a listen at what his experience has been in the justice system.
Flip that nation.
Now, like, speaking on like the gang coach you said out here is like kind of deteriorating and all that. When it comes to like jail and county and all that, how did that go? Because I know in other cities and all that, it's usually ran by gangs, predominantly.
I ain't gonna lie, like, you talking about like the county?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really have to go to county. I learned from juvenile gang. That's what I like about me. Like, I ain't have to go to prison and all that. But like, I ain't gonna lie, be like, if it's some ops in the county, like, you know what I'm saying? Cuz done ran into a couple of the ops in the county. Like, a lot of niggas don't, like, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't like Cook County though. Like, how it be like bras and like, yeah, that I know of. Like, you that happening, yeah, on all that Glock Duke, yeah, I ain't never heard of.
Don't do savage life out here.
Yeah, that's a little too savage for me. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. Like, yeah, we don't do no like that though. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna even say act like, oh yeah, I was in the county for this and this time. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never went to the county, man. Like, I done been booked though. Like, you feel me? But I always make fine. We ain't doing no sitting. You feel me?
Although Scrooly G has stayed out of major legal trouble, the police are aware that he's an influential leader in his community, and they even stop by when he's on Instagram Live to give him a visit.
Niggas bogus as hell. They just pulled up on me talking about they just seen me on live for police ass niggas.
Although Scrooly G and many alongside him got arrested during Operation Scarecrow, we know that Scrooly G claims that he now gets his firearms from someone named Steve. Let's take a listen.
We closing this curtain, stand over our op, hit his head when we murk him. Backstep for surf, mixing red with the purple. Pull up on Steve for them straps like he Urkel. Go body for body, you know we t-shirt him. All of these niggas told guns for fashion. We stay blowing, you know we stay blasting. Ran up a bag and the feeling fantastic. Killed the op in my gun and start laughing. Ran out. Pull up on Steve for them straps like he Urkel. Go body.
We heard Scrooly G say that other people tote guns for fashion, but him and his gang, they stay active, they stay blasting, meaning that he intends to use the firearms that he acquires. Maybe that's why he has a plug named Steve, because he doesn't want the firearms registered in his name or on the background check when he goes to purchase. Scrooly G is the leader of an alliance named STK, who operate under Shoot to Kill, and he says in several songs that they will shoot for him, and he's actively recruiting more members.
Using my feet, jump out the back of the Jeep and we creep. Come through like the fizz and we doing the sweep. Recruit more gunners to spin in the streets. Recruit more gunners to spin in the streets. These niggas that's with me a kill for me. I don't want no peace, want his face on the T.
Hey, folks, if any nigga for the rack will get to it with Scrooly gang, just say that, oh, 10th grade, we pull up, bounce out anywhere. Oh, folks, Eddie block, Eddie set, Eddie, you know what I'm saying? Oh, folks, we drop loads too, you know what I'm saying? We play ball both ways. We don't duck, no wreck. Oh, Tick, you bitch ass nigga, steady dragging that shit. Oh, first grade, I'm even tired of talking about it. Like I say, folks, if any nigga from the rack want to get into a Scrooly gang, oh, bro, grade, just hit me, gang, we can do it. Eddie block, Eddie set, Eddie hood. Oh, folks, like, we ain't got no pics. Oh, Tick, nigga, like, we really get like that, just like anybody else.
Let me know down below in the comments if you think Scrooly G is moving in the proper way and just making sure that he's staying protected, or if he's moving too hot and flashy out here in these streets. Alright, that was another banger from Blender Bars. Let me know what you thought about the video. Comment, share, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. I'm out until next time.